just wanted to catch up with all of you. Sorry we haven't put a video up in a few days. Things have been kind of crazy around here at our happy ark. But we wanted to just show you a little bit of the goatee love. They're not running from us anymore, thank God. So we're gonna feed them some of our nice greenies right here, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Right, Mama?
Right. Are you following me for the leaves?
I want to try to get another camera so we can try to catch down and let them jump around.
Sure.
Hold it right here like this. Come here. Right here like this. Just hold it down. Just make it feel confident. Hold it tight though, because they're gonna pull hard. They're gonna pull hard, yeah. So for those of you that don't know, because I did not know, so I just feel like sharing this little bit of information with you guys. When I first got our goats, I was super worried that, because I have kids, you know, biting, kicking, things like that. Well, I mean, the only time that I ever have to worry about Bella trying to put her hooves on me is if I'm trying to milk her, because she was the most skittish goat I've ever met in my life. But not only that, they have finally warmed up enough to us be able to get close to them and pet on them and things like that. And the thing that really surprised me...
Take that from me while I was talking? Yeah.
Oh my God. They are just so strong, huh? Oh, look at her. They're getting so big. Well, Bambi is. So, real quick, before we get back to what we were talking about, Bambi, her birthday is actually right in between me and Angelina's birthday. When I looked on her birth certificate, my birthday is July 5th, her birthday is July 10th, and Angelina's birthday is July 15th. She is smack dab right in the middle of us. And then Bella, her mama, is actually 3 years old. We were looking at that last night. She was born in June 3 years ago, back in 2016. But you know what? Yesterday was a small success. Like I said, we've been getting really close to them. I actually got to get a little bit of milk out of her, and I've never milked a goat or a cow or anything like that. So be able to say that is such a small victory in my book that I have nothing else to say on that matter. We were talking about. So what surprised me the most was that they don't have top front teeth. My biggest concern, because I'm a mother of 4, and I already told you guys a million times, I always go back to being a mother because that's my main concern over everything else, and that's the main thing that I choose to give me the motivation to be healthier and happier, and everything else is my children. And so my biggest concern, because we have rabbits and we have goats and we have chickens, and my concern is I want my animals to be happy enough where they are that they're not going to try to, you know, hurt my kids or hurt me. So when I looked in the goat's mouth and I saw that they didn't have top teeth, that really kind of eased my mind a lot. Which makes a lot of sense, because when you're a kid, my first experience with goats was a petting zoo, you know, when I was a kid. And you would go and you put a quarter in and you get the pellets and you feed the goats. I never had a farm growing up. I'm a city girl, born and raised in San Jose, California. So, you know, it's a little different for me, but I love it and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I left the city to come and have the farm life. For those of you that don't know me, I did go to high school out in Utah after being raised in California, and that's where I really fell in love with it. Between the Utah desert and the beautiful green on top of the mesas and running through it in high school and doing sports, I had already fallen in love with the simpler life. And then when I met my husband, we already knew we wanted the big dream at the end of our life of being grandparents with a huge family, with a bunch of kids, with all of our grandkids running through the yard with a white picket fence and nothing but animals and taking care of ourselves. So that's my and my husband's biggest motivation, is to be able to get our kids to live the happiest and healthiest lives that they can, and we're trying to teach them that from a young age so they can understand. Don't get me wrong, you know, I hate to shout out names, but I love, you know, the channels for Justin Rhodes and the Rhodes family, and I love living traditions and good simple living in Homestead, you know, because they really are living the pure life, the real dream. And I want to pass that on to my kids. You know, I would love to be able to control what my kids and my family eats, and the only way that I really know how is to raise my own livestock, and I'm not going to do it commercially and torture them and everything else, you know what I mean? I am a true believer that God put every single creation on this world for us, and He put us on this world for a reason. And, you know, just because that we have, you know, meat animals, or we raise the goats for milk, or we raise the chickens for eggs, or we raise the rabbits for meat, or cows for meat, or pigs for meat, or anything else. But, you know, I think that that is their purpose, and to be able to make that a comfortable, organic, real situation for them, I think is the best thing out of anything, because to be able to show them a good, happy, wholesome life is it, you know? There is the what is it called? Just the food, just we are the top of the food chain, and there's everything underneath us. And just because we are the top of the food chain doesn't mean we have to be like cavemen and just go out there and take. We can build something that will flourish and produce for our family and be happy. And I think that's what it's really about. Like, some people may judge me. You know, I have people in my own family that have different beliefs. Like I said, I was born in a city in California, and the animals that I raise have a huge cute factor. So, you know, even my family alone isn't on board. Like I said before, you know, God is an amazing God. And for those of you that don't believe in God, you don't have to listen to this part, because everything is still the same. You know, whether you believe in God or you don't, we all have the choice of free will. You know, my choice is that my goats will be strictly for milk. I'll probably sell off the males as I breed my girls to continue my dairy farm. The rabbits are probably going to be the babies for me, you know, and it's a hard thing for some people to accept, because I do love my rabbits. I love my 2 mamas that I have, and I love my 2 babies. Does my hair taste good, Bambi? She was nibbling on my hair. But, you know, and I've never ate rabbit. So, I mean, this is a first time thing for me. Sorry, I'm trying to get the goats in at the same time. But this is a first time thing for me. So, I mean, I've never had rabbits, and this is all new to me. But I know that, you know, back in the 1930s, 1940s, through the Great Depression, people ate more rabbit than they ate chicken or any other meat. And if you look at the nutritional value of the meat, as long as you get, you know, your carbohydrates and your fat and all that other stuff, it's really actually good for you. So everything I do so much research and I put into, and my husband goes crazy because I get up and I go on the phone and I watch all kinds of videos and I'm on it 24/7. When I get on something, I want it, and that's what we're gonna do, and that's what we're gonna do, period. So, I don't know, like I said, I love my animals, and so I get where a lot of the other homesteaders are coming from, because unless you live this life, you never really understand it. You know, I love my animals and I appreciate the sacrifice that they make for our family, but at the same time, you have to respect. And I mean, it says in the Bible that, you know, God made Adam and Eve and all of these beautiful creations for us to be able to live with free will and everything else. I'm totally on board about giving these beautiful creations the best life that they can have before they live out their purpose with us, and to nurture us, and then to go back into the ground and to do the whole life process again, because that's really what it's all about, you know? And I teach my kids that at a young age, you know, everybody dies. And I know that's kind of a brutal thing to come across, but I teach my kids from a very young age to appreciate each other and to love each other and to never let anything go unsaid, because you never know when it's your last time that you're going to see somebody, and you never want to live with those regrets ever in your life. I've lost a lot of family members in my life, from old age, from cancer, from a lot of things. So my biggest thing is I try to live with no regrets at all, ever. No words left unsaid. You know, I try not to go to sleep with my husband while we're still in the middle of a fight. You know, never go to sleep angry. Never go to sleep with regrets, because you never know when it's the last time that you'll ever see somebody. On a lighter note, our garden is growing like crazy, so we're gonna show you. I showed you guys the last update. And my raised bed garden, I think I planted too many seeds, guys, because it is growing over the side, yes. And we have a big old pumpkin patch right in the middle. So my corn is going crazy, pumpkin in the middle. You can see under all these leaves. The carrots are growing and getting up there slowly. Back here is my green and yellow squash, if you can see anything underneath all this other stuff. And then I have tomatoes that are still trying to peek through. I swear it feels like this pumpkin patch is growing bigger and bigger every day though. And then underneath all of this goody goodness is my radishes, my little root bearers. I'm just giving you guys a quick update on what's going on for us. And you know, to be honest, I'm not trying to go full-blown raise our own food and everything else. I want to eliminate the store for our main eating purposes. But if we have, like, you know, everybody else has guilty pleasures, and if we want to go to the store and we want to buy things, I'm fine with that. But I would love to be able to say, you know, I'm having a lazy day. Let's go process a couple quails. Let's get some zucchinis from the garden. And let's just eat and enjoy and not have to go anywhere. So that is my main goal in the future, is to be able to just enjoy life and not stress, and be here with my kids and save what we can, either with canning or with freezing or anything else, because why spend extra and waste when there are so many people out there that are dying for food and everything else? You mean, like, even if you go to the store and you get fresh vegetables before they start to go bad in your fridge, chop them up, freeze them, and you can use them in your next meal. And they won't spoil and go to waste. And it won't go into the trash. Or throw it in your compost bin. Or something else. And that stuff is so simple. I mean, there's so many videos on YouTube where you just put together what is it called? A storage bin with a lid and put some holes in it and start a mini compost bin. It's so simple. So maybe within the next few videos, I'll record me making my next compost bin. You only fill them so high and then you have to rotate them and let them kind of heat cook a little bit. I don't know if that makes sense. I'll explain it in the next video more. So there is a process to it a little bit, especially if you're using goat manure and stuff, which I will be incorporating in the next composts to get the best greens so we can start making more raised beds until we move on to our land. So lots of things to come, lots of plans in the making, but I just wanted to give you guys a check-in on us and the family and everybody else. So see you guys later. Thank you for coming in and stopping by and watching. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share if I can get my words out. And until then, we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
There's Whitney, Pretty Bill. New name reveals yet. We didn't actually get to really pick them. Isaac let his workers pick them as they were chasing them down, trying to bring them home. So, if you didn't catch that, the brown one is Bobbi for Bobbi Brown. The white one is Whitney for Whitney Houston. And the brown one, or the big boy, is just Pretty Bill because they named him Bill and I added the pretty because, I don't know, for those of you who have ever watched The Punisher, that is the show to watch. But anyways, they had a Pretty Billy on that show, so that's where I got that one from. But anyways, we'll see you guys later. Bye.